Hey friends, today we're talking all about my park bag setup for our trip to Disneyland. Let's get into it. Well, hey guys, my name's Corina. I'm a wife and a mama to two little ones, and our family loves to travel and bring you guys along on our adventures. So right now we are getting ready to head to Disneyland for the Halloween season and our daughter's 4th birthday. She's our youngest. So I am packing up our park bags, and I'm completely obsessed with this latest iteration of park bags that I have. So I want to share them with you and talk to you guys about everything I have in them, what I plan to have in them, and how I keep myself organized with a family with two little ones, a stroller. My dad comes along with us, and all the things we need for a full day in the parks. Let's get into So let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, I'm going to start off with all three of the bags I'm going to show you guys today are from Petunia Pickle Bottom. This particular style is called the Axis Backpack, and the style itself is still available on their website. This pattern print is not. This print is the same print that I have for all of my bags today, and this print is a retired print, so it's something that you can find pre-loved on pre-loved websites such as Mercari. That's where I got mine, but you can check out but you can also search for it like on Facebook and buy sell trade groups and things like that. So anyway, I have 3 bags with me today, and the first bag I'm going to talk about is this Axis backpack. The second bag is the tote bag, which I'm obsessed. This is probably my favorite bag, like right now, in kind of any particular like use. I love the style, I love the shape, and it really just holds everything I need for a day out anytime, not even just at Disney. And I love that it has a zipper across the top, so it's so great. It's a good one. And then I also have a little guy right here. This is the Cool Pixel Plus. So this is Petunia's like cooler bag. We're gonna go ahead and start with this since I'm holding it up and it's nice and little. So I have it with my Mickey hook, which is also by Petunia Pickle Bottom. And what I plan to do is to keep this hooked onto our stroller, which is why I have it with the hook. And what I'm using this for on this trip is to keep snacks in here. And not just any snacks, I am keeping like our crunchy, snacky snacks in here. So I filled it up literally like halfway, and there's a lot in here. So I've got some fruit strips. My daughter loves these. I've got a bunch of bags of, these are actually pretzels, but they're like goldfish shaped pretzels. So those, I have a whole bunch of these mini Rice Krispie treats, and then a couple of these little graham cracker like goldfish things too. So I just threw a few things in here to show you guys, but this guy holds a ton. So what I plan to do is each day I'm going to fill this bag up with crunchy snacks just like this. So for this particular trip, I'm taking along some snacks with us, and I have things like little cheese balls, mini pretzels, Rice Krispies, what else, like veggie sticks and stuff like that, but they're all in their own little bags. And usually what I have found is that when I pack those into my regular park bag and it's like in the stroller or under the stroller or hanging on the stroller, they tend to get crushed. So I like the idea of having them in the Cool Pixel because I can keep it zipped up and then just hang it on the stroller itself. So we like to stay close to Disneyland, the hotels. We like to stay in a hotel that is really close to Disneyland so we can just walk there, or we will use the ART shuttle system. But either way, I can either have this hang on the stroller, or I can pop it off and hold it in one hand with the backpack on my back or the tote over my arm or whatever. And I know that my snacks are not getting crushed in the bottom of a backpack. So this is like a game changer for me. I'm very excited about it, and I think it's a great solution. So snacks. And what we use these snacks for is anytime we're in line, anytime the kids start to say, oh, I'm kind of hungry, I want a little snack, in between our meal times, things like that. So these are really great. Also helps you from having to buy a ton of snacks while you're in the parks. The one thing I did not grab is our popcorn bucket. I will actually bring our popcorn bucket with us, and I'll probably hook it onto the same hook and have it again on the stroller so that these things are right next to each other. Crunchy snacks are just gonna be well taken care of. Alright guys, let's move on to my tote bag here. This is a new find for me. However, I have a like plain tote bag from Petunia. It's just a solid one. It has like a tan bottom portion here. But how cute is this print with Mickey and Minnie all over it? I love this tote because it does have a zipper on the back, so it has a little pocket back here. It also has D-rings on either side, so you can hang it on your stroller, which is so, so great. As a mom, I'm an overpacker, but I also really love handbags, and I've always have. So it was a really hard transition for me as a mom to go from using cute handbags all the time to having these like monstrous backpacks to carry my kids' stuff in. And I really wanted a tote and looked for one for quite a while. It wasn't until later in my baby years, I would say, that I found Petunia. But what a perfect solution this is to just hook onto your stroller, just as you would your backpack, your diaper bag backpack, and have everything you need really easily accessible and easily viewable. That's like my favorite thing. So this guy opens and it has a bunch of pockets along the sides. It has 6 pockets altogether. What I love about this is that the visibility of this bag is incredible. So when you go to Disneyland, you do have to go through security. They go through your bags. And so you want to make it as easy as possible for them to see everything and look in all the pockets. This makes it super, super easy. So I have right here in the middle this MIDI pixel. It's a cool pixel, but it's for the intermix system with Petunia. And what I have in here are my kids' changes of clothes. So I have for both of my kiddos who are 6 and almost 4, a change of clothes plus undies, socks, the whole 9. So a top, bottoms, undies, and socks for both of them fit into this little guy right here, which is in the middle of the bag. I also have a little water bottle over here, and then a larger one. That small one is mine. I typically bring a small water bottle and then have like a secondary like tumbler cup for coffee or whatever. My husband loves this large water bottle. It's a 32 ounce from Simple Modern. Yeah, 32 ounce. We actually have a couple of these, so I might bring our secondary one also, but my kids also have their own water bottles. The great thing about Disneyland is that you can get water at any quick service restaurant or restaurant in general. You can ask them for water, but at every quick service place, you can just go up to the counter and say, "Can I please have a couple cups of water?" And they will happily give you some. And that way you can refill your own water bottle. You don't have to buy bottles of water in the park. It's really great. So the other thing I have in here is a few entertainment things. One thing I don't have in here is my kids' autograph books, but I do have a little baggie of pens. Hello. These little click markers, which are really fun. My kids love these. They get to choose the color that they want the character to use, and it's really easy for them to use and hand to the characters. So I just keep a baggie of these in my park bag. And then my kids are actually getting new autograph books, so they will get those the morning that we leave for the parks. That will be one of my daughter's gifts for her birthday, and then we got our son one as well, since he'll need a new autograph book too. This next pocket back here, I've got a couple of things of wipes. I have wet ones and then just some baby wipes. I always keep all the wipes at all times with me, especially at Disney. You're always like touching stuff, so you need to wipe your hands, clean faces, all the things. So lots of wipes is a must for me. And then I also like to bring for my kids some entertainment stuff. So this little pouch has some little dolls and like finger puppets that are essentially like kind of more for my daughter, really. They're just like princesses. My son will play with them also, so it's for either kid. But that's what's in here, just some dolls and finger puppets. And then this pouch has some Play-Doh. I do need to grab a couple little Play-Doh tools to use, but these are just little Play-Dohs that I like to bring. I love these mini pots. My kids have gotten really good at doing a lot of stuff with these really small pots of Play-Doh, and they're used to having these whenever we go out. So I always keep these with us. It's really nice to have a couple of things to keep your kids busy and entertained and to play with while you're waiting, because I don't think people take into account enough how much waiting you actually do in the parks. Whether you are sitting down at a restaurant to eat and you're waiting, or you're waiting for a show or a parade, or even like the Disney Junior Dance Party in DCA, we love to go to that. But you sometimes can go in and there's like 15 minutes before the show starts. Usually my kids just run around during that time, but if we're there pretty early, then they want a little something to do after a while of running around. So always helpful to have a couple things to keep your kids entertained. Small things that, you know, if you lose it or forget it or whatever, it's not the end of the world, but just something little they can kind of play with. Okay, so that's everything for my tote bag. I do like to keep some space when I pack up my park bags, because we are inevitably going to be buying snacks and treats and souvenirs, and I want to have a place for those things to go. So my tote bag is intentionally packed lighter than I would actually like end up having it at the end of the day. So at the end of the night, we'll probably have, you know, sweaters or jackets and toys and tiger tail like marshmallow wands and maybe a bubble wand or two all in the tote bag, and I have plenty of space to accommodate all of that stuff because I haven't packed the bag super full. If I did not say this already, 2 things that will be on the stroller are my kids' water bottles and a blanket for each kiddo for when it gets cooler. We usually start the day with the kids wearing a light jacket of some sort, but I might pack our rain jackets in the stroller as well if there's rain in the forecast. So that all of those things will be on our stroller, not packed in our park bags. That's why they're not included in today's video. Alright guys, lastly, let's talk about the Axis backpack, which is like truly a game changer for me as a park goer. So this backpack has a lot of pockets. Mr. Oogie Boogie is not included. He's a little extra. That I grabbed at the grocery store of all places, but I love him. Perfect for Halloween. So the first thing I have on here is a pack of Kleenex. This is like a little Mickey pack of Kleenex. To be honest, we used the Kleenex in here a long time ago, and I just refill it. I just take Kleenex, fold them down, and put them in here, and no one is any the wiser. So love that. It's just fun little accessory to have on my bag and easy to grab Kleenex when we need it. So the first compartment I'm going to talk about is this zipper right here on the side, which is where I have gum for the family. Now, the thing about Disney, gum is not sold anywhere on Disney property because they don't want you to leave gum behind. Can you imagine going to Disney and seeing like just all these dark marks of gum everywhere? But sometimes we want gum after our meals or, you know, in between a snack or whatever. So I like to always bring gum with us, and it's really important to have in our park bag because, again, they don't sell it. So if you're a gum chewer, definitely make sure to bring some. This front pocket is awesome because it goes the whole length of the bag, or width of the bag, I should say. In here, I've packed some hand and face wipes for the kiddos, nose and face wipes for the kiddos. This is great if you have runny nose or cold or anything like that. And also just great to wipe hands and faces after snacks. And then I also have another pack of baby wipes. Again, same thing, wiping faces and hands all the time. Alright guys, before I get to the inside of the bag, I do want to say this bag does have hooks right here at the top, D-rings for your stroller to hang it on off your stroller. And then also on the back, there is a slip pocket. Oogie Boogie's in the way. So you can totally stuff something down here. This would be a great place to put wipes or to set your phone if you're, you know, wandering around and need somewhere to slip that really quickly. It's a great place for anything kind of flat. So autograph books would be great in here. Sticker packs, anything like that that you want to, you know, have at hand, but kind of keep safe, but it's pretty flat. So, all right, let's talk about the inside. So there is a double zipper, and it folds down really nicely here. Now you'll see that this pocket on the outside actually does come into the inside of the bag a little bit. What I have in here, again, not packed super full, same reasons as mentioned earlier, but I have a pair of what is called noise canceling headphones, one for my daughter, and then my sons are in this little bag. My daughter's actually broke, the bag broke, but he doesn't use his as often, which is why I just keep them in the bag. My daughter will want hers pretty often. Oops. Like I mentioned, she's turning 4, but she's still pretty like sensitive to sound. So sometimes they both want them, but so I just bring both of them in. But anyway, his are in the bag. Then I also have this picnic blanket, which could definitely stay like in the bottom of the stroller. I just have it packed in here to make sure I don't forget it. But this is a fold-out picnic blanket. It is waterproof on one side, and then it has this cute little leaf pattern on the other side. This is great for if you want to, you don't have a seat, if you're waiting for a parade, you can put something down on the sidewalk. If you're gonna take a rest and like eat lunch or a picnic or something in the park, you might want something to lay out because there's not really like tables and chairs too many places that aside from like the restaurants. So we like to go ahead and take a break in Toontown. You could also do this in Galaxy's Edge. There's a really great little spot in Galaxy's Edge where you could totally do this, and you could kind of have like some privacy. Your kids can kind of run around a little bit and get some wiggles out, and then you can just rest in like sort of a quiet little spot kind of tucked away. So I love to have this, and I will pull it out, kind of fold it down, and you know, make sure it's big enough for all of our family to fit on, and we'll all just relax and either eat lunch on this or just relax for a little bit and kind of just regroup for the afternoon. This next thing I have in here is our first aid kit, which is in a Petunia pixel as well. This is great. It has a little mesh top in here. And my first aid kit is pretty beefy. I've got Band-Aids, I've got Kleenex, I've got inhaler for both myself and my son. I also have some nose spray, like saline nose spray. I've got chewable ibuprofen for the kiddos. I've got liquid Motrin for the kids, dropper, nail clipper, some eye drops. My husband usually uses eye drops throughout the day. And then I also have some antibiotic ointment in case anybody gets a scrape or anything like that. And then I also have this nifty little pill container, which I have put some adult medicines in. What's great about this is that I do not have to carry our big bottles of adult medicines. I can just put a few doses in here. Everything is marked and labeled really nicely, and I know what everything is. I've got a couple of cough drops, I've got a couple doses of Tums, I've got a ton of Tylenol and ibuprofen. And one thing that my husband and I have been finding lately is that taking a couple ibuprofen like halfway through the day, and then again at the end of the day once we're back in the hotel, really helps with not being sore from day to day during your Disney trip. So mid-30s suggestion is bring your ibuprofen, but I love this little pill container. It's really, really perfect for having quite a few things with you. You could also do like your vitamins in here if you take certain supplements, all that stuff. So I'll have this linked below from Amazon. And that's what was in my first aid kit for the family. All right, so my first aid kit is like a little bit beefy, but honestly, for me, it's worth it. The peace of mind of knowing I have what I'll want or need when I need it is really nice. And then this bag does have, so the bag does have a slip pocket right here in the back. And back here, I have a mealtime kit. So I have a bunch of straws for everyone. I have silicone straws for the kiddos, which are in these little pouches. Really cute. And I also have metal straws for the hubby and I and my dad. Which these are really great. What I love about these is that the silicone straws, you can't stir your drink. And I love to get cold brews at Disney. So I will bring a metal straw and then I can stir it really nicely. And it just makes my drink experience so much better. So that's a little tip if you are coming along with little ones. My kids don't necessarily need the metal straws. The silicone ones work nicely for their stuff most of the time. I also have these little travel scissors, which are so great. If your kids are into lollipops at all or want, souvenirs or anything like that, you might want to cut the tags off of some of those items, and these are perfect for that. I also do have a couple things of toddler silverware in here, just in case we either drop something. We always drop silverware. So we always either grab extra when we're picking up food or we just pull these out. I also have like a plastic straw. My daughter tends to prefer these, so this is sometimes really nice to have. Again, I used to bring this a lot for myself or for my cold brews, but it's really great for like ices and things like that, which don't work that well with the silicone straws. So keep that in mind. I also have a straw cleaner in here, and then a few disposable placemats. These are great for both eating or serving your kids, and also for if your kids just want to play, or like you have littles that just kind of want to play while you're eating. You can put this out and they have something to play on. All right, the last thing I have back here are a bunch of baggies. Now, I love to bring these to the parks because inevitably we're gonna have a snack or something and we're not gonna eat it all. So it's nice to have a bag to be able to put stuff in. I bring a bunch of baggies of like different sizes. So I've got some small ones, some kind of like slightly bigger ones. And then in our suitcase, I pack gallon-sized baggies. So make sure I have those in our hotel room. All right, so that was everything in the top. Again, I did have some extra room, so keep that in mind. But the real star of the show for me with this bag is the bottom. It is a full cooler compartment, which means I no longer have to bring a separate cooler bag, which I think is so cool. Ha ha ha, pun, so punny. So I have just packed up a few things here in the bottom. I have this little giraffe meal container. It's technically like just a bowl, like it's technically just a set of 2 bowls, which this is really nice if you want to split your kids' meals. I usually will get my kids one meal and they'll share it, especially if it's like chicken and fries or something like that, like chicken strips and fries, they can share it. So I'll usually give my daughter a portion using one of these bowls. really nice. Also, if you have leftovers, I have packed up pasta before from eating at like Pizza Planet, and we didn't quite finish our pasta, so I'll put it in here and then pack that up and stick it in our cooler. So really versatile to have this on hand for you. So this is the Bentgo snack container, but you could totally bring the lunch container too, or instead. And this is what I plan to put my kids' like meal in, or like a lunch in. I usually do a little like cheese and crackers, or like little mini pizzas for my kids. You could do like some snacks, like if you want to bring like breakfast, you could do like fruit and like little muffins or whatever else your kiddos are into in this little container, and then you have it ready to go, ready to pull out. I also have a couple of ice packs in here. I've got 2 of those square ones and a few juice pouches. I will put in here some sodas and things like that, but here's how everything is packed in this bottom. So you can see it's really large. Like, I can totally pack a full meal for everyone in the family, plus drink for everyone, with no problem in here, along with ice packs, which I think is so cool and really, really handy for Disney. Again, if you are getting snacks or treats or anything like that, this is a great place to go ahead and store those also if you have leftovers. So, love that. Okay, so that is it. That is our park bags for this coming trip with my Petunia items. I am completely obsessed. Like, how good is this print? So good. So perfect for Disney. I've eyed this for such a long time and finally just went ahead and bit the bullet and decided to pick it up because I love it so much and I just could not stop staring at it. So friends, let me know if you have any questions or suggestions for what I need to bring in my park bag. Go ahead and leave them in a comment below. I can't wait to read them. Thank you so much for watching, friends. I will see you soon.